guys, today I just kind of wanted to do a contouring and highlighting under $20, which is totally doable and you could still look flawless for that amount. I'm going to be using some of my favorite products that I use every day. The way I'm going to contour today isn't an everyday look, so you don't have to do this every day, but I'm just going to do the full-blown contour just to show you that you could do it all for a super affordable price. Okay guys, let's get started. So as you can see, I already applied my face makeup and my eye makeup, eyebrows, and all that good stuff. So we're going to start using my favorite concealer at the moment, which is the Maybelline Master Conceal. Maybelline has some awesome concealers. I have so many of faves from them. This right now is my current favorite one. It's definitely full coverage and it brightens up my under eyes like crazy. So I'm actually using a cream shadow brush. It's not even a concealer brush, but it applies concealer under my eyes so well. We're going to be doing an upside down triangle because if you don't already know, the sun naturally hits our face in this area, so we want this area to be really bright and so it can make our eyes look more awake. So everywhere we're adding the concealer is basically where the sun hits. We want those areas to look bright and alive. So that is why we apply concealer on these parts of my face that you'll be seeing me doing.
I was lost, now I'm standing right where I belong. With Jesus Christ, man, I should have been all alone, all alone. Can't seem to figure out what you are living for. Then walk with Christ, I guarantee give you a visual. Something wrong, nothing fiction or broken, but see it's fixable, cause our God is forgivable.
I'm just gonna speed through this part because it's the same thing as I did on the other side. So upside down triangle, I'm just basically drawing it on and patting it in. I'm going to be using my dirty Real Technique sponge. I just used it yesterday, so that is why it has makeup all over it. This thing is amazing for only $6, but I'm going to use the flat side to go ahead and blend in the concealer. And I am patting it in a bouncing motion. I'm not rubbing it because I want it to really get in my skin, so patting it in. Really suggest that you guys go try this concealer. I know the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer is really big, but I really think that this concealer is way better. It's if you like the full coverage. It does such a good job at full coverage and it really brightens up my under eyes. So I would go try it. Next, we're going to be using a translucent powder, my favorite translucent powder at the moment, which is the NYC Smooth Skin and Translucent. Stuff's amazing. I'm going to be using a damp beauty blender to apply this under my eyes. So I'm going to be using this damp beauty blender, but I'm going to be tapping it very lightly under my eyes where I applied that concealer. So I'm going to let it sit there to bake. That way my concealer lasts longer and it does not crease. As you guys know, this method is called baking that base. Just in case you're not sure what baking is, because it kind of sounds weird at first, we're letting our skin heat up the powder to bake in our skin. So it'll set our makeup more amazing and more flawlessly, if that makes sense. So whenever you get a translucent powder, they normally have like 2 or 3 shades. The reason why we get the translucent, the white powder color is because we want to still have that bright under eye, or else that light concealer we put under our eye was for nothing. So we kind of want it to be bright, so that is why we get. So now while my under eyes is baking, I'm going to use this e.l.f. contour kit. This is what we're going to be contouring with today, and this little kit is amazing. But anyways, we're going to contour our nose. Now I don't normally contour my nose because I just don't feel like I need it. Contouring your nose is obviously to kind of make it look more slim, but I'm just going to do it just for this video. Now I'm just going to be using this e.l.f. contouring, it's not a contour brush, this e.l.f. blending eyeshadow brush. I'm just going to use that to blend in the contour on my nose. Now I'm going to take some of that same Master concealer to add some concealer to the top of my nose. Then I'm going to bring the concealer all the way up to my forehead to brighten that area up. I'm back in with my Real Technique sponge on the flat side, and I'm just gonna bounce that in my skin. Bounce it. And I'm going to take an e.l.f. powder brush and just brush the translucent powder off my face very lightly. So we're going to begin contouring our face with the same little kit. And I'm going to be using this e.l.f. blush brush. I love this little brush. It's really tiny and cute, and it really does the job. It's my favorite brush right now to contour with. And going in with the contour color on this kit. Make sure you tap off the excess because it's super pigmented. Then I'm going to get the lighter shade and start blending it into my cheekbones. These two colors mix so well together and blend out so well together. They're just so pretty together. I love this little kit. Next, I'm going to be using this girlfriend right here. This is a loose powder brush by e.l.f. And I love this to blend everything together once I'm done with those two colors. It just blends them really well. Another optional step, which I don't normally do because I have a small forehead. But if you have a larger forehead and you don't like it, contouring your forehead is going to bring the illusion of a smaller forehead. So you're going to be bringing it down, if that makes sense. So you can contour all the way more down than I did. Next, I'm going to be going in with the lighter tan color in this palette. I love this color. It matches my skin really well. So I'm going to be using that. I'm going to be using the powder brush I was using earlier. And I'm just going to clean up under the contour to make it look more intense and sharp, if you know what I mean. I totally forgot to add concealer to my chin. Another optional step, but I like adding concealer there to brighten up that area. Time to use this baby right here. This is my current favorite highlighter. It is the Fergie Wet n Wild Hollywood Boulevard highlighter. I talked about it in my previous video. It's amazing for only $1. I mentioned in my previous video that I like spraying setting spray on it before I apply it to my face because it gives it more of that foiled, shiny look, if that makes sense. That's optional too.